What's going on? How you doing? My name is David the Crook, and today I'm going to show you how to add more dynamics into your beats. But before we get into the video, I want to remind you to subscribe and drop a like. I have a beat here. It's called Summer Nights. I ended up using a loop from Looperman and then just add the drums. And pretty much what I'm going to show you is how to add dynamics into your beats. That way, not everything is just squished. And when you bounce out your song, for example, to mix it or to master it, nothing's like the same. There's like no dynamics, there's no life in your beat, and then that could be a reason why your beats feel so like lifeless, is because you don't have dynamics within your beat. So I'm gonna play this beat. So I played a little bit of everything, and it's not that big of a difference to notice, but there's little switches within the volume of the beat. For example, I have the loop here. I ended up bringing the volume down 0.7, and then for the hook it's at 0.6, and then for the verse it's at 0.7. So that way the piano, it doesn't really get that much lower, but it does lose volume within a dB. So that way the verse is more like for the vocals, and then the hook is more bigger, like it's more wider. I also did it with the claps. For example, here all the claps hit at the velocity of 127, and then for the hook they're hitting at different velocities. They're hitting at 118, 123, 120, and that's what's going to add dynamics within your beat, is just having the different velocities within each instrument. So for example, the clap and then the hi-hats, what I do is I just highlight everything, go to functions, MIDI transformation, and then go to random velocity, and then I just mess with this. So for example, for the hook, if it's going to be the hook, I'm going to put it like at 127 through like 103, and then it gives each of these little hi-hat hits a different color, and that's a different velocity. So that's what's going to add like the dynamics, like the pumpiness. For example, like this hi-hat's going to hit harder than this one, so it's going to make it look like the hi-hats are jumping more. So what you want to do is just really go in to each instrument and just add like different velocities, add different volumes within it. So what I do, for example, is I keep all of these hitting at 127. So like all my claps are hitting at 127, all my kicks are hitting at 127, my 808s are hitting at 127. And that's just because like the hook, you just want it to be big, you want it to be wide, you want it to be open. And then when it comes to the verses, that's when I really switch it up and just add different velocities. And I do it to everything. So I do it to like these like zaps, I guess. Another cool thing you could do is also highlight everything and then just go to humanize, and then that way it gives it like a human feel to it, so not everything's on the grid. I even did it for the 808s. I added different note velocities, but then on the hook everything is at 127. So that way when a person's hearing the beat, when it gets to the hook, everything's just bigger and wider, and then when it comes to like the verse, everything is more like dynamic, everything is moving, like everything's not on the grid and everything's just kind of breathing in. I also bounced out 2 audio files. So for example, this one is this one here, the more dynamic, and then the other one is more if everything's just hitting at 127. So if you just make the beat and then just copy and paste everything and then just structure it while everything's hitting at 127 velocity, you're not really adding dynamics to your beat. Everything is just kind of straight on the line. So pretty much changing up the velocity within the beat when you're making the beat and structuring the beat, when you bounce it out, it's going to have more dynamics, and that's like a good thing to add. That way your beats have like some sort of life. It's not everything's just like squish and just dead. It's more like your kick could hit and it could vibrate the speakers, and the next kick's not going to kick as hard, but you still feel the next one which kicks harder. So then it just gives like life to your beat. That's just a trick I want to show you on how to add more dynamics into your beats. Just pretty much changing up the velocity, adding like humanizers, and then just pretty much lowering the volume for the verse and then bringing it back up for the hook. It just adds more dynamics, and that's pretty much it. That's all I really wanted to show you. Now I just want to remind you to subscribe and drop a like. Now I will be uploading this beat to my beat store. So if you're looking for free beats, go check out my website. I have free beats there. I have templates there. Now, if you want me to mix and master your song or your beat, feel free to hit me up on Instagram or email me. Everything will be down below in the description. My name is David the Crook, and I hope to see you in the next video. Peace.